The world is filled with objects shrouded in mystery and steeped in darkness. Objects whispered about in hushed tones, their histories intertwined with tales of tragedy, misfortune, and death. These are not mere trinkets or baubles, but relics of a darker time imbued with a power that can corrupt and consume. Tonight we delve into the unsettling stories of three such objects, three cursed relics said to bring ruin upon those who dare possess them. From the depths of the earth to the hands of royalty, their stories weave a tapestry of fear and intrigue. Are these tales merely the product of overactive imaginations, or do these objects truly harbor a malevolent energy? Prepare yourself as we explore the dark history of these cursed relics. Deep within the earth it slumbered for millennia, a magnificent blue diamond born of fire and pressure. This gem, forged in the heart of the planet, remained hidden, waiting for its moment to emerge. Stolen from the eye of a Hindu idol, so the legend goes, the stone emerged from the darkness, carrying with it a curse as brilliant as its fire. The theft marked the beginning of its tumultuous journey through history. This, my friends, is the story of the Hope Diamond. A gem of unparalleled beauty, yes, but also a harbinger of misfortune, leaving a trail of shattered lives in its wake. Its allure was matched only by the dread it inspired. A gem of unparalleled beauty, yes, but also a harbinger of misfortune, leaving a trail of shattered lives in its wake. Its allure was matched only by the dread it inspired. It passed from merchant to king, each owner seemingly struck by tragedy. The diamond's journey was marked by a series of unfortunate events, each more tragic than the last. Some met their end in gruesome executions, their lives brutally cut short. The diamond seemed to carry a death sentence for those who dared to possess it. Others faced financial ruin, their fortunes vanishing like dust in the wind. The wealth it promised was fleeting, leaving only despair in its wake. One owner, a young woman named Evelyn Walsh McLean, seemed to embrace the curse. She believed she could defy the odds, that she was immune to the diamond's dark influence. She wore the Hope Diamond with an almost defiant air, daring fate to challenge her. Evelyn's boldness was legendary, but even she could not escape the gem's ominous shadow. But fate, it seems, always collects its due. The passage of time brought with it a series of misfortunes that would haunt her family. Tragedy struck her family with a ferocity that chilled even the most skeptical. The diamond's curse seemed to spare no one, leaving a trail of sorrow and loss. Her son died in a car crash, her daughter by an overdose, and Evelyn herself was left a shell of her former self. The once vibrant woman was reduced to a figure of grief and despair. The Hope Diamond now rests behind bulletproof glass at the Smithsonian, its brilliance a stark contrast to the darkness it has wrought. It is a relic of a bygone era, a testament to the power of myth and legend. Is it truly cursed, or is it simply an object, a silent witness to the caprices of fate? The debate continues with no definitive answer in sight. Some say the curse of the Hope Diamond lives on, a malevolent energy clinging to the gem, waiting to ensnare its next victim. The stories persist, adding to the diamond's mystique. Others dismiss it as a series of unfortunate coincidences, nothing more. They argue that the diamond is merely a beautiful stone, its history shaped by human folly. But one thing is certain: the Hope Diamond's history is a chilling reminder that some things are best left undisturbed, buried deep within the earth where they belong. Its story serves as a cautionary tale, a warning to those who seek to possess what should remain hidden. What do you believe? Is the Hope Diamond truly cursed, or is it simply a victim of circumstance? The mystery endures, inviting speculation and wonder. Imagine, if you will, a simple wooden box, a box that appears ordinary, almost mundane at first glance. Unremarkable at first glance, yet harboring a secret so terrifying, so deeply unsettling, that it chills the very marrow. a secret that has been whispered about in hushed tones for generations. This is the Dybbuk box, a container not of earthly possessions but of something far more sinister. A vessel that holds within it a dark and malevolent force. In Jewish folklore, a Dybbuk is a restless, often malevolent spirit trapped between worlds. These spirits are said to be the souls of the dead who have unfinished business or have been wronged in life. And this box, according to legend, serves as a prison for such an entity. A prison that binds the spirit, preventing it from wreaking havoc on the living. The box's story begins in the early 20th century in a small Polish village, a place where the lines between the living and the dead were often blurred. It is said to have belonged to a Holocaust survivor who used it to trap a malevolent spirit she encountered during her imprisonment. A spirit that had tormented her and others in the camp. The box eventually found its way to America, where it was purchased by an unsuspecting antique dealer, unaware of the dark history and the malevolent force contained within. From that moment on, a series of strange and disturbing events began to plague anyone who dared possess the box. Events that defied explanation and left a trail of fear and confusion. Unexplained smells, disembodied voices whispering in the darkness, and vivid nightmares filled with images of an old woman. These were just the beginning. These were just a few of the terrifying experiences reported by those who came into contact with the box. Each encounter seemed to amplify the box's malevolent influence. One owner, driven to the brink of madness by the box's influence, even claimed to have witnessed the spirit itself, a horrifying apparition that filled him with an unspeakable dread, a dread that lingered long after the vision had faded. A horrifying apparition that filled him with an unspeakable dread, a dread that seemed to seep into his very soul, leaving him forever changed. The Dybbuk box has since been sold and resold, its dark legend growing with each transaction, each new owner adding their own chapter to its sinister history. Some owners have attempted to destroy it, to break the curse it holds, but to no avail. The box remains intact, its dark power undiminished. The box, it seems, is indestructible, its malevolent entity trapped within, forever seeking release, a release that could spell disaster for the living. Is the Dybbuk box truly a conduit to the spirit world, a portal through which malevolent entities can enter our realm? Or is it something even more sinister, a beacon that attracts dark forces? Or is it simply a vessel for our deepest fears, a mirror reflecting our own anxieties and insecurities, a mirror that shows us the darkness within ourselves, the fears we dare not face? Chapter 3. The Busby Stoop Chair, a Seat of Death. In the quaint town of Thirsk, England, stands a pub named the Busby Stoop Inn, a place that has become infamous over the centuries. Within its walls rests an object steeped in morbid history, a silent sentinel of death, waiting for its next victim. This is the story of the Busby Stoop Chair, a relic forever bound to a tale of love, rage, and a curse that refuses to be broken, a curse that has claimed many lives. It all began in the 18th century with a man named Thomas Busby, whose name would become synonymous with death. A ruthless criminal and a cold-blooded murderer, Busby was deeply in love with a woman named Elizabeth Orty, who he planned to marry despite the obstacles they faced. However, Elizabeth's father, Daniel Orty, disapproved of the relationship, seeing Busby as unworthy of his daughter. One fateful night, Busby, fueled by rage and jealousy, murdered Daniel and sat upon his favorite chair, cursing it with his dying breath, sealing its dark fate. Since that day, the Busby Stoop Chair has been linked to a string of untimely deaths, each more mysterious than the last. Anyone who dares to sit upon it, legend has it, will meet an untimely and gruesome end, a fate that seems unavoidable. Over the years, countless individuals, some skeptical, some daring fate, have sat upon the chair, only to meet their demise. And the stories of their demise are as varied as they are chilling, each adding to the chair's dark legend. A construction worker who sat in the chair died later that day in a tragic accident, a fate that seemed almost predestined. A cleaning lady who dared to rest upon it was struck by a falling object, a bizarre and fatal coincidence. The list goes on, each death seemingly more bizarre and unsettling than the last, each adding to the chair's fearsome reputation. The chair's notoriety grew, and soon even the most skeptical began to avoid it, fearing the curse that clung to it like a shroud, a dark presence that could not be ignored. The current owner of the Busby Stoop Inn, recognizing the dark power of the chair, has refused to allow anyone to sit on it, relegating it to a place of honor or perhaps fear hanging from the ceiling, out of reach. Is the Busby Stoop chair truly cursed by the vengeful spirit of Thomas Busby, forever seeking revenge? Or are these deaths merely coincidences fueled by the power of suggestion and the weight of the legend itself, a legend that continues to haunt the Busby Stoop Inn to this day? From the shimmering depths of a cursed diamond to the chilling whispers emanating from a wooden box, to the chilling legacy of a murderer's chair, these relics stand as testaments to the darkness that can linger in the world. Whether their stories are rooted in truth or merely products of our collective fears, one thing remains certain. These objects hold a strange power over us, a fascination that both repels and intrigues. What do you think? Are these objects truly cursed? Have you ever encountered a relic with a dark history? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more explorations into the unknown.